We are today driving from North Goa in Panjim past Dona or Donapal all the way down to Miramar, and then from Miramar we will be making our way all the way to Panjim Market. Bit of a brief interruption earlier, but now we are back on track. Good evening, guys. Today we are driving from Panjim, Santa Cruz, all the way to Donapal. Past Donapal, we're going to go to Miramar, and through Miramar we'll be making our way to the Panjim market. Hopefully you'll enjoy. Must say the quality of the roads here in Goa has improved so much over the last however many years. What I really enjoy about this drive as well is, and I think a lot of you will have noticed, is the lack of horns. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of honking in Goa as well, but this road specifically is a lot better than some other areas. It's a lot more enjoyable as well, this road, especially if you've got like a supercar or something. I'm in a Jeep 4x4 today, but I have driven this road, or driven down this road in a few really fast cars, of course keeping within the speed limit. But yeah, it's a really nice experience. It's a bit busy right now because you've got a lot of locals, you've got a lot of colleges and hospitals and schools. There's quite a few further back and some more further ahead as well. As a result of that, there's a lot of traffic around this area, but during the night it's fairly quiet, and then as you head into Donapal, that's where you start to see all the tourists really start to gather. There you go. As I said, there's a college nearby as well, hence all the students just there as well, just waiting for the bus. Also, if anyone doesn't know a lot about India, just to explain very quickly how the number plate systems here work. So if it's a yellow number plate front and rear, it means it's a commercial vehicle or a vehicle for hire, for example. Not a hired car, but a vehicle for hire. So for example, a taxi or a bus or a auto rickshaw would have a yellow number plate. And then what you see the most of, which is the white number plate. So the white number plate as standard is a vehicle, a private car or a private vehicle, anything that's for personal use as such. And this is reflected the same when it comes to two-wheelers, what is a motorbike, a moped, and any other vehicles, of any other electric vehicles that essentially are two wheels. And then the third one also is, so we've covered yellow, we've covered white, which is a private vehicle, which is essentially your personal car. The third one is green. So green essentially means it's an electric vehicle, and then the same is reflected in motorbikes as well. If it's green, it's an electric personal bike. And then the fourth one is black. So if it's black and white, a black white is essentially a higher vehicle if anything is in black. So rental cars, rental bikes are always will always have black number plates. That's how they're set up. Now, I've always wondered, and there is a bit of a confusion, I don't know how this exactly works, but what if you have an electric hire vehicle or a electric taxi? Then does the number plate remain yellow, or does it become black? I'm assuming it stays the actual colour that conforms to the vehicle, and then just like they take the green off basically. So an electric hire vehicle would still be with a black number plate, and a yellow vehicle would be a vehicle for hire, and if it's an electric taxi it would remain yellow. Another good example is the water tanker that's just in front of me at the moment. So because it's a commercial vehicle and not for private use, that water tanker then has a yellow number plate, as you can see. But yeah guys, we've almost reached Dona Paula. As you can see, there's a good few flats in the distance. There's one that was on the right hand side which is not visible at the moment, but I stayed in a few years back. A very secluded property, I must say. It was very scary at first, but sort of day 3 we kind of got used to it, but a very, very nice property. I also think this area, a lot of properties don't have any mains sort of connections for sewage and fresh water. So actually what happens is a lot of it is tankered in. Right guys, this is the end of the sort of 2-lane expressway highway that we've just come down, and now we are at the base of Dona Paula. So this is where Dona Paula starts. I won't be going down there just yet right now, purely because it is going to be absolutely chocker down there right now, but at some stage we will come back and we will explore it. I'm just going to do a quick U-turn around the roundabout and then head further up the road. But yeah, the police do usually block it out. There's a very, very nice few restaurants down there as well. There's a very nice hotel down there as well that I've stayed in a couple of times. I do really recommend you go and try out the Pebbles seafood restaurant that's down there. We are now approaching where I'm just going to park up, have a bit of water, do a U-turn, and then I will head back up the road. Guys, welcome back as you join me past Dona Paula jetty. We are now on our way past the Miramar beach. We'll go past the main entrance, and then we will be making our way towards Panjim market, which is the capital of Goa. Temperature at the moment is a very, very hot 30 degrees. Of course, this is not as hot as it gets. It does get a lot more hotter here in Goa. At peak, you can expect temperatures of about 40 degrees Celsius. Sometimes even hotter, but during the night it drops to highs of about 22, 23. I have to say, the houses to my right are absolutely beautiful, and on the left you've got some parking spaces. Of course, the Quality Walls ice cream vendors as well, as usual. Every time I come to Goa, it's just such a relaxed atmosphere. Like, everyone is just relaxed, things are fairly slow, you know, everyone's just getting on with their lives, of course. To a lot of you, this may seem like a lot of hustle and bustle and a lot of traffic on the road and, you know, bikes weaving in and out and everything. And don't get me wrong, there are bikes weaving in and out and traffic does get bad sometimes. But most of the time, it's pretty good. It's nice, it's relaxed, which is just how I like it, because it lets me enjoy these roads. Very famous Cafe Cremu. Open 24/7, that one is, wow. That used to be a cafe coffee day. Right guys, welcome to Miramar Beach. The main entrance just on the left there. Goa is in full preps for carnival mode. So you've got Viva Carnival 2026. I'm just going to go around the roundabout once more so we can have a look. I love how this roundabout is always decorated ahead of any events or anything that are happening. So every sort of December, I think it is, there's an international film festival which is called IFFY, and you get all the sort of big celebrities all across the world, and of course Bollywood celebrities from India as well, all gathering, and then they always decorate this road really, really well. They do up all the roundabouts and various other bits. At the moment, very much a carnival culture here, so there's a load of preparations going on for the carnival, which I believe is on the 14th of Feb. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be here this year to see the carnival, but hopefully we can come back in the future. A lot of advertising, guys, on every single lamppost over here. To my right as well, of course, we're going past the Golden Arches, very famous McDonald's of Miramar. Highly, highly recommend anybody who's traveling to India for the first time to try an Indian McDonald's. They've got some really, really good flavors and some good combinations that we don't have back in the UK. And this is a new one that I've seen pop up here. Probably been around for a year now or so, which is the Expanse Cafe. I'll have to go in there and give it a try at some stage as well. Guys, we're shortly going to be arriving at the centre, which is known as Panjim, where the market is situated as well. And this is the area where it starts to get really busy, of course. A lot of construction happening in Goa as well at the moment. To be honest, there's always a lot of construction happening all over India. There's a few bridges that were being built up ahead, and I've just come back to that area after a couple of years, and I was just speaking to some family to say, you know, it's been going on for the last 5 years, and yeah, this is how it normally is. Yeah, Goa's on full preparation mode for Carnival 2026. Right, what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to go all the way to the end. We're going to go past all of the casinos, and then we're going to do U-turn, and then we'll come back. We're just passing the Inox Cinema on our right as well. That's where the big IFFI International Film Festival takes place. And don't be fooled, guys, it's not just a cinema. There's a load of temporary buildings that are constructed. There's a lot of permanent structures that are constructed as well for this event. Hopefully on the left you guys can see some of the casinos on the water there as well. Just going to pan a little bit to the left. So we've gone past the Big Daddy Casino, which you'll see a lot of advertising for. You've got Casino Majestic Pride to the left there as well. They're all standing still, of course, but they're floating vessels, so ships that are now utilised purely as casinos. Behind that, you've got Casino Pride as well. And this side of the road is where it really starts to get busy. So of course you can see all of the traffic building up in front of us. As ever, the lane that I'm not in seems to be the lane that's moving. What you've also got on a lot of these boats up ahead, guys, is essentially restaurants, so floating restaurants. Some of them are attached to the pier. Quite a lot of them, what you'll do is you'll get a little shuttle boat to the restaurant. So there'll be a fairly grand entrance on the side of the road. And you'll have a lot of touts that are also here inviting you to come in and dine with them. You'll have a lot of touts that are there as well that will be inviting you to come in and dine at their restaurants. Once you've negotiated a price, you essentially get onto this little transfer boat that then very quickly, within a minute or so, whizzes you to the main restaurant. Very busy Tuesday evening here in Panjim tonight. Just on the left there as well, you've got the entrance to the Deltin Royal, or the Deltin Royale, and that takes you up to the boat, which is Deltin Jack. Deltin themselves have a few casinos dotted around Goa. Got the entrance to Casino Pride on the left there, all decorated for Valentine's Day. And then here's the big one. So the building on the left is by Big Daddy. It's in construction at the moment, but you've got the entrance to Big Daddy just on the left there as well. Big Daddy Casino, which you can see very, very busy as well. Seeing all these carnival decorations now, I do wish I was staying a little bit longer so we could stay here for the carnival and enjoy that as well. But I've got to get back home because I've been out on a fairly long trip, of course, for a long time now. It's been many days, but I think I need my bed, of course. A lot of the times, guys, there'll be taxi drivers and so on that will try and offer you some real good packages for these casinos as well. What I've heard is best to just directly turn up. Should also say, I've actually never been inside one. The many years and many times a year that I've been coming to Goa, never actually been inside one of these casinos. Of course, I keep it halal 100%. But it is something that I thought I'd mention because it keeps the economy of this city going, and obviously it's quite evident with the amount of advertising material that's dotted all around all of the roads that we've been driving down. This is really the busy section of it, and then after another 5 minutes or so we should be up ahead where we'll pass by all the heavy traffic, and then be able to do a U-turn up ahead, come back on ourselves on what you can see on the right, and then head into the market. Should also say there's a lot of lanes and a lot of construction and a lot of potholes within the market and the roads. I'm not going to go down all of the lanes. In fact, I think some of the roads are still closed off because there's some quite heavy construction happening at the moment, but I will try my best to show you quite a lot of it. We'll go to where we can. Just on my right as well, guys, it's one of the bus stations. So there's a couple, I believe, over here. There's one on the right here, and then there's one on the left further up ahead. Depending on which company your bus is with, really depends on where your pickup point is. Also, what I like is, in the UK, how we would send a parcel via DHL and FedEx and all the others. Yes, they have all of that here. They have FedEx, they have Blue Dart, which is the biggest parcel provider, and then they have some very local ones as well. But the other option is you can basically go to all of the bus stops where they have an office there. You can tell them you want to send a parcel. They'll fill in a little form for you, gather some details of who's receiving it and whatnot on the other end, and then it will get loaded onto the bus itself for that night, and then it will be shipped out to your location of choice. The one downside is it's not really a door-to-door service. It is a bus stop to bus stop service. The person on the other end has to collect it, but it is all official. It's all sort of tracked. I suppose there's not a lot to track because it is just on that one bus, but you do get given all the necessary paperwork, and of course they have to do their due diligence to make sure what's travelling on the bus is also safe to carry and whatnot. But everything's in place, guys. It's just a very good service. Like, if you're sending something to Mumbai or one of the other smaller towns nearby or near to one of the big cities, you can do that. And of course, any of the other big cities that it's travelling to. So for example, from here to Hyderabad is, I think, an 11 or a 12-hour bus journey overnight. Maybe a lot less than that, to be fair, actually. And you just load everything that you want onto the bus and it's there in a matter of hours. Of course, the person on the other end has then got to pick it up from the bus stop. I don't believe they have a facility to then organise a drop from the bus stop to your door. But then there are various other apps in India where, you know, you've got Porter app, you've got Rapido and all these others where you can organise someone to actually go pick it up. Okie doke. Guys, we are going to turn left here into Panjim Market. There are a few other entry points up ahead, but we're going to take it from here because we want to go past the famous church. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go left here, and then we'll do a bit of a U-turn on ourselves and we'll come back. Welcome to the market, guys. We've now entered Panjim Market. lot of authentic Goan food, both to my left and my right, and then obviously you've got what you have in every single tourist area all over India. You've got biryani, you've got shawarma, Chinese, Indo-Chinese of course, not the Chinese food we know back home. I will be tilting the camera a little bit to the left now so we can get a good view of the famous church. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a U-turn and we are going to come back on ourselves so we can get a proper frontal view of what that looks like. There you go, guys. This is the famous church of Goa that has been in many movies, international and Hollywood and Bollywood. It's very much a focal point for the city of Goa, and you do see a lot of tourists. It's sort of winding down for the day now as the sun is starting to set, but come here during the middle of the day, it's absolutely manic. Moving traffic doesn't get as bad, but it's the pedestrians that you've really got to watch out for. We are now going to head in to the centre of the market, and we'll go through some lanes where you've got all the shops and stuff, and then I'm going to park up and have a cup of tea, and then we'll do a bit of a driving view back through Santa Cruz, down San Inez, where all the sort of, down Santa Cruz, down to San Inez, back home. What we'll also do is we'll try and go through a couple of the side roads so we can really see some of the older Portuguese buildings, where of course you will also see a load of tourists. And of course, guys, everyone would have seen all the big name brands, both on the left and the right. And the other thing you guys might question is there's a lot of cashew nut stores. So Goa is very much known for their high quality cashews. Of course, it's used to make various types of desserts, just consume as it is. And also there's a very famous spirit made with it, which I believe is native to Goa as well, which is called feni. Similar to wine, I think they step on it and then extract all of the juices that come out of the cashew fruits, and then the liquid itself is stored to ferment, and it's filtered, I believe, and then bottled. But yeah, loads of big name brands: Levi's, Adidas, Puma. We've just gone past the Nike store, and you've got quite a few Indian brands as well, which some of these brands are now going international, actually. It's really interesting to see. You've got the Linen Club. Louis Philippe, I believe, is an Indian brand, but then you do start to see it in various places, especially in sort of airports and travel retail locations. But yeah, quite a big Louis Philippe store to my left. And then up ahead you've got some more stores, but we are going to turn right here and head further into the heart of the market. I'll should also say is just ahead of us there, the yellow building, is the Panjim police station. So it's police headquarters, absolutely huge grounds, massive building. They've got everything from the EFFRO office, which is essentially the foreigners registration office. So a lot of the times when you have foreigners who come here for employment, or you may be here on an extended visa, and as a result of that you're unable to travel out of the country, you would have to then come and register yourself at the FRO office. The E side of it is obviously the services they provide online, but generally speaking what you will find is, yes, it's electronic and it is done online, but all the verifications and checks are done from the central police station, and then the central police station will then send out all the documentation that needs to be filled in to some of the local police stations. So I was here for an extended period of time many years back, and I had to go through the same experience. Essentially my EFFRO application came to the police station in Panjim, and then it was sent to the police station from here in South Goa, and then I had to personally attend the police station in South Goa for them to fill in all my documentation. We're now in the heart of the market, guys. Just on the left here, we're going past Noor Textiles, which is a very prominent and famous establishment here in Panjim Market. You've got Poshak to my right. Some more buildings on the left that are going into development, and on the right you've got a massive cashew shop. So cashews, essentially in Hindi, are called gaju. And there's a chicken fish restaurant, and then you've got more Noor stores just to my right here, guys, which are really famous here in Panjim as well. Highly recommend you visit the stores in Panjim. Probably some of the best ones around. Okie doke, guys, that has been a whistle-stop tour of some of the streets of Panjim Market. We're now just going to go through some of these back alleys, and we're going to make our way to Cafe Bangalore, where I'm a little bit undecided. Do I want a filtered coffee or do I want a cup of tea? I think I'm going to have a filtered coffee today. A traditional Madras filtered coffee. We'll see you there. Oh, Gita Bakery to my right there. Some really delicious fruit buns. They do some really delicious fruit buns. Highly recommended. Right, I need to find Cafe Bangalore, so that's what I'm going to do. I think I know where I'm going. It's sort of just here on the right, but I need to find somewhere to stop. Parking in Panjim, guys, is an absolute nightmare. There's never any space available anywhere. Which is why I have a feeling I'm going to be making 2 or 3 more U-turns before I can actually find somewhere to stop. Dump the car and go and get my tea. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed the vlog here and our drive through the city today. I'm going to stop the vlog now and try and find a parking spot and get myself a cup of tea. Take care, I'll see you all soon shortly. Bye bye. Right guys, I managed to find a parking spot to dump the car and now we are walking to Cafe Bangalore. Here we are. This is the famous filter coffee here at Cafe Bangalore. Welcome back guys, we are now leaving Panjim Market. We're going to be making our way towards the central location where the church is, and then we'll be taking a right from there, heading towards Santa Cruz here in Panjim. I will try and capture some shots of Fontanas. I have left it a little bit late, so it is getting dark, but we should still be able to get a good view. Previously, this is the road that we took, taking us all the way up to the church. As you can see, the cross is now lit up and it's a little bit more crowded than what we saw earlier. Good mixture of foreign and local tourism also happening over here. Just to the left here is where we start to enter Fontanas, and you will start to see some fairly traditional Portuguese buildings. Now, going into Fontanas, it is very much a area with very, very narrow lanes, and actually I don't think it's a good idea to drive down there, but we should still be able to see a little bit of the structures from the left and the right as we start to make some turns up ahead. And there and up here as well. And of course, what would this road be if there wasn't people going up the wrong way, all these tourists? What I will do is we will come back and we'll do a proper walking tour of Fontanas as well, so we can record it and see what it looks like. For the video, of course. I've been there plenty of times. You have to be very, very careful on this road, guys, because on the left there's quite a big drop, and even on wide tyres there is a possibility that the car could slip into it. And of course, nobody waits on these roads. Just on the right here as well, where a lot of the cars are turning right, is an area called Pato, which is basically the business district. That's where the courts are, all the judges sit. You've got various large companies over there as well. It's essentially the business hub of Goa. There's quite a few nice restaurants there as well, to be fair. Good mixture of local and international cuisine. And there's a place called Miles Bakehouse, which is like a patissiere, bakery sort of cafe setup. Some really good pasta and grilled sandwiches in there as well. And then you've got a mall complex just on the left. Like to see it. Panjim is very much, benefited from all of this development. There's something happening all of the time over here, which I absolutely love. Many, many years back, a lot of this area, or even Goa actually, speaking to some of the people who maybe would have travelled here 25 years ago, 20 years ago, there wasn't this much traffic on the roads. There wasn't this many cars. There wasn't this level of development that there is now. And of course, many cities in India are far more developed than what Goa is in terms of infrastructure. But it's getting there slowly, whilst still maintaining a lot of its charm, which I really like. What you would have also noticed is we went past another Cafe Bangalore about 30 seconds ago. That's the newer branch that opened up. I say new, it opened up a couple of years ago. Which is fairly close to where I'm staying at the moment, so it's very convenient to come and get a filter coffee or a cup of tea from there. Of course, they do all your South Indian meals as well, but I don't generally tend to eat out that much at South Indian food joints, unless I'm dining in. The likes of Cafe Bangalore very much, I just stop out for a whistle stop, quick cup of tea, coffee in the mornings and the afternoons. What you see on the left there, all of the sort of brick wall in yellow as well, was never there. It was just land and land and land, loads of land, and then obviously to the right you've got the Mandavi River as well. During the monsoon, when the river levels rise, sometimes they come onto this road as well, which makes this road completely inaccessible. I've been here a couple of times when that's happened, and it's not a good experience if you don't know the routes like a lot of the locals do, because you're going down all of these other roads and alleys to try and get to where you need to get to, or as I've had it, we had no power, nothing in the house we stay at, but luckily we've got another house, a flat, further up the city, and this is in a fairly hilly area, which has its own power generation equipment and all the other bits that will keep you going for days on end. So we went and stayed there. Luckily, tenants that were there had just moved out, and we had some beds as well for the night. Although the beds, I know we had beds at the property, but there was no sort of bedding and mattresses. So what we did was we had almost like sleeping bags and air mattresses, which we put down onto the floor. Good family camping experience. It was very nice, I must say. Did have a lot of fun. Thanks, mate. Just like made me slow down for nothing, just so you could slowly cross. Made it literally everybody around me stop as well. Right, guys, we have arrived into Santa Cruz a while back now. I've now reached home. I'm literally 30 seconds away, so I'm going to turn into the complex, but I hope you enjoyed the drive around Goa. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be exploring Fontanas a little bit more. We'll go to some of the beaches to give you a bit of a walking tour of what it is and what it looks like, and then yeah, we'll see how things go from there. And before I sign off, guys, believe it or not, what I've just driven down is a road. But yeah, here we are. I'm at the villa, guys.